Welcome back, guys. Alrighty. Finally, rum balls. This is my favourite thing to make for Christmas. Alright, so what you got to do first is you've got to go and find my chocolate mud cake video, and both of them I've got a fast and a short one. Grab the recipe off of there, and you've got to make the mud cake first. Alright, once we've got the mud cake, we need apricot jam. I'm using a Buckeye, but you can use any good rum you want. We need rum. We need cocoa. And we need these, which are, you know how you get your hundreds and thousands and all different colours? These are exactly like that, but they're chocolate ones, so they're all brown ones. I'll grab a couple of bags of them. Alright, so the first thing we do is we get the cakes and we chop it up really, really small, chop the whole two up into a bowl. Right, so now we've chopped that all up. Oh my god, it is so good, mate. Oh, it is the best mud cake ever. Alright, now we chop that up, move it aside for a minute. Alright, we have to get 6 tablespoons of apricot jam in a small saucepan. Now we want to heat it on really, really low heat. All we want to do is warm it up until it's runny. And then we've got to sieve it, whatever. Sieve it through onto the cake. Once the jam's nice and warm, get your sieve. Now I've only got a little sieve, so obviously if you've got a big sieve it'll be a lot better. Alright, sieve it all through. Now we want to add our rum. Alright, now 2 tablespoons. Is the recipe, but I put 3 in because they're rum balls and they say go hard or go home. Oh, and the last bit, look at that, how perfect is that? So yeah, 2 tablespoons, but if you want rum balls, put in 3. Now we put in 6 tablespoons of cocoa, and we want to mix it all up into a paste. Now we've got it into a thick paste. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is we want to roll, make sure you've got clean hands, and we want to roll heaped teaspoons, as you can see. Roll them into balls, like so. Alright, put them all on a tray. I'm just going to use a cookie tray. Okay, put them all on the tray and chuck them in the fridge. Next thing we do is we get a bowl and you put 4 tablespoons of water in it. Set it aside for a minute. Now we're going to do 4 tablespoons of jam, apricot jam again, in the saucepan and warm it up and make it all runny, and we're going to sieve those 4 tablespoons of jam into the water. Once we've sieved our warm jam into the water mix it all up really good. Alright. And then in another bowl you want to get your chocolate sprinkles out. And we are ready to coat them. Okay, so now I made 45. It made 45 balls this time. I did them reasonably big because that's just how I roll. But you can do them any size you want, it doesn't matter. I'll just grab some out. They don't have to be in the fridge for any certain amount of time. I'll just put them in there while I'm making the mixes up. Now, you can get your little patty pan, cupcake, whatever you call them, those little things, and you can sit them all there if you want. You can do it anyhow you want to. I like getting these little containers, and I don't know, 6, 8 or 10 or whatever that fit in there. And then what I do is, because they're full of rum, if you put them in the freezer, they don't freeze completely, so you can actually eat them straight from the freezer. So what I do is I always store them all in the freezer, and because you want to serve them cold when you do give them out to people. So I always have them in the freezer, eat them from the freezer, serve them from the freezer, and if you give them to friends, just let them know, keep them in their freezer. Now they last up to about 5 months, but I reckon it's 3 months, because after that they start losing their rum flavour and you don't want that. So 3 months in the freezer, no problem. So this is a good thing to cook, you know, well before Christmas, and you can make a heap of them up and give them out as gifts. Alright, so I'm just going to put them in these ones. But like I said, little patty pans if you want. Okay, so we get our ball. Alright, and we just dip it in our apricot water mix. Roll them in our chocolate hundreds and thousands. And there we have it. Then put them in whatever containers you want to put them in, or the cupcake things. Now they'll be, you got to be careful because they'll be a bit, obviously, when you roll them, a bit soft. So you don't want to try and get your fingers on them too much. But as soon as they've been in the fridge or freezer for, you know, only 10 minutes or so, they'll be fine to touch. You know what I mean? So just keep going. Just keep rolling them, and yeah, straight in the freezer. Airtight containers. Even if you put them in your little patty pans, still put them in airtight containers. And yeah, eat them from the freezer. There we have it, guys. Check them out, eh? Oh, they're awesome. I'll tell you what, they shit all over those store-bought ones that cost you a bucket of money. You got to give them a go. Honestly, they are so nice. Alright, thanks heaps for watching. I'll be back soon. Bye.